Hi everyone! Finally, this is our next video. In this video, we'll learn about must for logical conclusions. If you're aware, must is one of the modals in English, and now let's have a look what it means, must for logical conclusions. Anyways, let's move on to the first question. So, we're gonna start this session by me asking you this question. Let's think about a situation when you can see the desk over there, and then, where is Martha? This morning I saw her there, but then where is she now? So I don't see her anywhere now. Well, what do you think you can infer from here? What do you think actually happens in here? Is it she must have left early? Or she must be leaving early? Or she must leave early? Take a moment, think about it, and write down your answer. Well, let's move on to the next one. You can see in here there is a girl. She's trying to call her, let's say, boyfriend. But then you know what? Oh, the line is busy. And now she's thinking about something. She's trying to make logical conclusion. Why is it busy? Why is he busy at this moment? I can't call him. So in here, what do you think the best sentence to express the situation, to make the logical conclusion for her situation? For what's happening. So in here, is it A, he must have called somebody? Or B, he must be calling somebody? And C, he must call somebody. Again, take a moment, think about it, and write down your answer. Don't worry, we're gonna discuss what the correct answer is after this. Okay, let's move on to the next one. That girl, she always gets good grades. Actually, what has she done? Actually, what does she do? So in here, we're trying to make a logical conclusion over there. She always gets good grades. So in here, we've got 3 options. Which one do you think is the best one to express the situation? Is it she must have studied a lot? Is it she must be studying a lot? Or C, she must study a lot? Okay, now let's have a look at the answer. Where is Martha? I don't see her anywhere now. Well, I saw her this morning, but where is she now? It's still working hour. So in here, because she's not around anymore, what we can say, it means that she must have left early. Why is that so? Because she's not around anymore. Well, she left. So here, the logical conclusion that we can make is that she must have left early. And here we can see that it's actually in the past. The next one. Now you can check if you've got the correct answer. Well, good job if you've got the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. Here, oh my goodness, I'm trying to call him, but the line is busy. I can't connect with him. So in here, the best answer to express the situation, to make the logical conclusion is that, oh, he must be calling somebody. Because it is at the moment. It is still happening now. That's why the line is busy. That's why I can't connect to him, to his phone. Okay, the next one. Oh, yeah, by the way, so it is present time. It's happening at the moment. And the next one is, she always gets good grades last time, right now, and then, maybe next time she's gonna take any exam, she'll get good grades. So in here, what's happening is that, okay, now I know she must study a lot. Because, it keeps happening again and again and again. So the only thing that we can think of is that, well, she must study a lot. Okay, Here we can see that the situation or this logical conclusion is something which repeats. So in repeated time. Okay? Now let's sum up. Again, good job. If you could have answered all the questions correctly, that's great. If not, don't worry. We're going to have a summary over this discussion. Here we go. So, to make logical conclusions, we need to think about if the logical conclusion it is in the past, something about the past, something happened already. So in here, the way how we're going to say it in a sentence is that we'll need subject of the sentence, and then we need the model, and the model is very specific in here, which is must have, or maybe you can say must have. And it's followed by verb participle, or in another word, you can call it as well verb 3. So here, she must have. And in the situation, we can have, or we can put more additional information. She must have left early. Okay, and the next one, if it's not in the past, maybe it's something at the present. So in here, if the logical conclusion that we're making is something's happening at the present, it means the sentence will be subject plus must be followed by verb ing. Don't forget this verb ing. And then, you can put additional information over there. So he must be calling somebody. Okay, so you can see there that different time, different model. Past must have, verb 3. Present must be, verb ing. The next one. If it's something that repeats again and again and again, what we can say in here is subject plus must plus verb 1 plus any additional information. Okay, in this case, she must study a lot. So here, pay attention. Different time, it will need different models followed by different verbs. Okay, so think about if it is past logical conclusion about something in the past, or something at the present, or it is something that repeats. Okay, because each of them has different forms or different structure. Let's have a look at this one. Now, let's give it a try. The theory of continental drift assumes that there blah 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 long-term climatic changes in many areas during the past. Okay, first of all, my question is it something in the past, like logical conclusion about something in the past or at the present, or something that repeats? Okay, now you can write your answer down on your paper. The next one, the general public, blah blah blah, a large number of computers now, because prices are beginning to decrease. Again, think about if it's in the past, present, or something that repeats. And now you can pick the best structure or the best answer, the best option to fill in the blanks. Okay? Now I'll show you the next questions. Since more than 50% of all marriages in the United States end in divorce, about half of the children in America must blah 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 in single-parent homes. Again, think about if it's something in the past, present, or something that repeats, and now you can choose the best answer for this sentence. Now, are you ready to try more? Here we go. We have more questions for you. Try to answer all of them. And after that, let's see. You can check your answer. Okay, the first one is when the weather becomes colder, we know that the air mass must originate in the Arctic rather than over the Gulf of Mexico. Which one do you think is the incorrect word or incorrect option here that must be corrected? And number two, the American buffalo must be reproduced itself again because it has been removed from the endangered species list. Choose your answer. Which one is incorrect? And number three, sheep must have mate in fall since the young are born in early spring every year. Now, pick your answer. Don't worry if you get it wrong, no problem. You can always practice it. After this, in a minute, we're going to review all the questions, okay? And now, let's check your answer. Again, think about if it's in the past, if it's at the present, or if it's something that repeats, okay? The first question, the theory of continental drift assumes that there blah 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 long-term climatic changes in many areas during the past. So here it says clearly during the past. So we are trying to make logical conclusions about the past. Remember, if it's something in the past, the model that we have or that we use is must have. Here we have two options with must have and must have, A and C. However, let's have a look at here. Does it have a verb already in the sentence? Uh-oh, here there is something missing. After must have, it must be followed by verb 3 or verb participle. It doesn't have it in the sentence, so we need one. Here we have been as to be in participle form. The answer is A. That's great. Let's check the next one. The general public, blah blah blah, a large number of computers now because prices are beginning to decrease. Again, think about if it's in the past, at the present, or it repeats. Here it says clearly, now. That's actually the most important clue that we need from a sentence. That's why, remember, if it's now, then the model that we're using is must be. Which any of these options has must be? Well, it turns out only one option, which is must be. But again, we must double check if it has the correct verb, which is must be, is followed by verb ing. Well, it's correct. Must be buy-in. So, perfect. The answer is C. The next one. Since more than 50% of all marriages in the United States end in divorce, about half of the children in America must blah 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 in single-parent homes. Here, we have the model already. We have it mentioned here in the sentence, must. The question is it talking about something in the past, present, or something that repeats? And remember, it talks about data, which is more than 50% of all marriages. When we talk about data, so it's something in general, and also it's something, it can repeat all over again and again and again. So in here, we can tell that must, it is something that repeats. People keep divorcing. And here, must is the model that we need for something that repeats. What does it follow? What is it followed? Is it followed with the first one is past participle, verb 3, or verb ing, or verb 1, base verb? Well, here, must, for something that repeats, it's followed by base form, verb 1. So here the answer is A. Grow up. Okay. The next one is, anyway, hopefully you have already done and you've answered some more questions in here. The first one. Oh, by the way, here I'd like to mention for your information that we are focusing on must for logical conclusions. So you can focus on that matter here, okay? For these examples. So also my discussion, we're going to focus on that one as well. When the weather becomes colder, we know that the air mass must originate in the Arctic rather than over the Gulf of Mexico. Here, we can see that this must originated, there is no way must can go together with past participle. So, definitely, this must be the incorrect one, the incorrect option. But the question is, how can we fix this? How can we correct the sentence? Here, we can see that when the weather becomes colder, so in this situation, there is a condition which is, the weather becomes colder. So this is as the result of something that has happened earlier, which means we're trying to make a logical conclusion over there of something that previously happened. That's why it becomes colder. So in this way, here what we need is logical conclusion in the past, which means we're using must have. So here we miss must have, and it's followed by participle or verb 3, which is originated. So the correct answer is C. The next one. Number 2, the American buffalo must be reproduced itself again because it has been removed from the endangered species list. So, here what I'm trying to say is that here we have must be, first of all. So here it says that because it has been removed. So something recently, something at the present is not there anymore. It has been removed. So it is to talk about something at the present time. Here must be, it must be followed with reproducing instead of reproduce. So here supposedly reproducing. Alright, number 3. Sheep must have mate in fall since the young are born in early spring every year. Here, we have a clear clue, which is every year, which means something that repeats. So, remember the formula, the structure. Anyway, so the structure is we're going to use must as the model. Do we need have? No, we don't. That's all what we need. Must and verb 1. Okay, so here the incorrect one is B. Well, that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe this video, and please share if you find it really useful. So share this video to your friends, to your family, to anyone who's learning English. So I'm Miss Siti, and see you in the next video. Thank you.